September 1st to 10th is a great time to have someone take you out to the ball game. It is once again, we are hosting the U-18 Baseball World Cup. I am here with Executive Director Warren Philp. Warren, I can't believe we got this event again this time.
Yeah, we're really excited. You know, we've known about it for 3 years now. We've been working really hard. We did it in 2010. The event's been in Seoul, Korea, Taiwan, and in Osaka, Japan, most recently in 2015. And we learned in 2014 that we were going to be hosting in 17, and we've been preparing since. And Thunder Bay should be really excited about what's coming because it's a real step up from what we did in 2010 in terms of the caliber of the teams that are coming here.
And people may not realize it's a World Cup. So there's teams from Japan, from Cuba, from Canada, of course, but there's teams from all over the world.
Yep, we've got 12 countries covered, and these are the national teams. So these are the best 17 and 18-year-olds that will represent their respective countries from Italy, Netherlands, Australia, South Africa, Canada, the US, Mexico, Cuba,
wow,
and Nicaragua, and Korea, Taiwan, and Japan. So we got the whole globe covered. We did not have an African team in 2010. We had 4 European teams in 2010, which did water down the quality a little bit. But the big news this time is we have Japan. And Japan has an interest in high school baseball like no other place in the world. We say that high school baseball is to Japan as high school football is to Texas. And your viewers should understand that, hopefully.
Now, we're at Baseball Central, but these games are taking place at Baseball Central and Port Arthur Stadium, and there's 50 games taking place?
That's correct. It's a very busy schedule for our volunteers and for the fans to digest as well, that schedule. So it's a 9-day tournament, September 1 to 10, and I say 9 days because there's a rest day in there, being Wednesday, September 6th. The first 5 days is the preliminary round, 6 teams in each pool. The top 3 teams from each pool will move into a super round competition Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of the final weekend, and the bottom 6 go to a consolation round. Still important games, but that is seeds 7 to 12. And then on the final day, it's the top 4 teams playing off a bronze medal game at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then at 6:30 at night, the gold medal game.
Okay, now people need tickets to attend these events and these games, so how do they get their tickets?
People have to understand, Thunder Bay, pay attention. The box office is the community auditorium. We will not have a box office open at the Port Arthur Stadium. The box office is the community auditorium. So we would strongly recommend people to go online, to point and click, to buy their tickets for a seat at Port Arthur Stadium, a guaranteed seat, so that you can pick up that online ticket, pick it up at the box office at the community auditorium, and walk easily into the Port Arthur Stadium. If you show up at Port Arthur Stadium expecting to buy a ticket right there, you're going to be sadly disappointed. So people have to understand that and think about planning your trips to the ballpark.
Okay, now what about volunteers? An event of this size takes a lot of volunteers to run. So are you looking for volunteers?
We are looking for volunteers. We're feeling pretty good about the event itself, but right now, so we're 2 weeks out right now, and we know this is going to be airing right up to the tournament. So between now and I'd say August 28th, 29th, we are in need especially of people to help with chores around Baseball Central. Site beautification, there's some jobs to do around fencing. We're putting padding on every vertical pole at the Baseball Central here. We're fixing batting cages. We're moving bleachers into shape, painting bleachers. There's a lot of small jobs that need to be done. So if you're a student out there that needs volunteer hours, if you're a person who can give us some time, maybe not during the workday, but on weekends or in evenings, we'd love to put you to work at Baseball Central.
Okay, and so if someone was interested in volunteering, how do they do that? Who do they get a hold of?
Well, the best one-stop shopping for volunteering in general is our website at thunderbay2017.com. But I'd have to say just coming by the site. The core hours on a daily basis now up until the 28th or 29th of August would be between 10 and 3 p.m. Just drive onto the site, and we've got some friendly volunteers who are the most dedicated people in the baseball world in Thunder Bay as far as I'm concerned, doing yeoman service in terms of the volunteer jobs that need to be done around this center, and they'll put you to work. We want people in Thunder Bay to get out and show that we are sports central for the country, that we get behind our sporting ventures. And think about the last time we had an international event of this stature, and help us believe that we can do another one with your presence as a volunteer or as a spectator from this event.
Well, Warren, thank you for all that you've done to get this event here. It is the U-18 Baseball World Cup. It's taking place September 1st to 10th at Baseball Central and Port Arthur Stadium. Get your tickets at the Thunder Bay Community Auditorium, or you can go to their website. Do you have something else you want to say?
I have
Warren?
one more thing to
Okay.
say. This is, a 13-member board of directors that have been working since 2010 to bring this event back.
Great.
It's a much larger team than any one person here, so we have to keep that in mind and recognize the fact that we don't do it without sponsors, without funders, and without community support to make these kind of things happen.
Okay, well, and we're looking forward to this great event. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Janice.
Keep watching. There's more coming up on Shaw TV.